Hello, lovely Cancer, and welcome. I'm Adriana. I'm an evolutionary life coach. And today I have an intuitive message for you about your spiritual path and your spiritual focus for this week. So, very first card is the theme card, and it's also the energy that the universe is sending you for this week. Okay, we've got the Nine of Wands. And there's a lot of different messages with this card. But this is asking you to question stubbornness. There are times to dig your heels in and be firm, and there are times to let go and try something different. The times to dig the heels in and hold on to something is when you need to set up boundaries or you need to stay on a certain course. You need to have the determination to fulfill a certain course. The times when you're holding on too much is when something isn't working for you anymore, when you're not growing or you're not gaining anything. That's the time when it's outdated or it's outmoded and you just need to let it go. I believe the universe is going to be testing you on both sides of that this week. Okay. Oh, poor Cancer, aren't you lucky? Knowing when to let go, knowing when to hang on. It's very important to know the perfect timing for either one. And I believe that's what you're being challenged with this week. So let's take a look at your energy. And we've got the rebirth. This is the same theme, being able to see with clarity what needs to stay and what needs to go. There are times when you need to sink your teeth in, need to sink your claws in, and hold on just a little bit longer, hold out just a little bit longer. And there are times when things just need to be let go of, people included, relationships included. It's such a this is one of the big dilemmas that we face, but that I feel is coming through for you right now, Cancer, is that there are some times when relationships, when you need to stay the course with them. But there are times when, if there's no more growth and you don't feel that you're really growing, then it's time to let those go. Relationships, situations, beliefs, all of these things are fair game when we have the Judgment card, because the Judgment card is asking you to take that global look at your life and look at what stays and what needs to go. Okay? What stays behind in the tomb to be buried? This is New Grange, a burial site. What needs to stay behind and be released back into the earth? What needs to emerge into the light, into something new? Okay, because whenever we see the rabbit, and the rabbit is it's huge for me right now on this card. The rabbit is all about forward movement and fertility and growth. So whatever you decide, that's where you're going to be seeing the most growth. So if you decide to hold on to old energy, you're going to see that old energy grow. If you decide to hold on to new energy, you're going to see more of that new energy. And what do I mean old and new? Old energy is energy that you need to be done with, energy that is not serving you anymore, energy that doesn't resonate with you anymore. So understand that whatever happens, whatever you choose here, is going to be magnified by this rabbit energy right here. I've got running through my head, I know it's an Italian story, like an Italian children's story, but it may have other origins, of a magic pot that could make porridge. And you had to know the magic words for telling that pot to stop making the porridge. Otherwise, it would just keep going. And the funny thing is the stepsisters get a hold of the pot and then they make the whole house filled with porridge. And it's only when the little sister comes back that the porridge goes away, because she knows how to stop it. So it's that idea. If you are holding on to old stuff in your vibration, in your energy field, that porridge pot's going to make more and more and more of it. It's going to fill your house up. If you're holding on to abundant thoughts, thoughts of growth, people that are supportive of you, then your house is going to be filled with that. Okay, let's see. I'm really curious for your next cards, but while I'm drawing, I'd love to encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And if you have, I am so glad that you're choosing to be part of a community that really cares about soul growth, evolution, and positive energy. So let's keep going. Whew. Okay. Discernment is so big for you this week, Cancer. Being able to see the truth, being able to see what is good, what is not in an objective way. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Ace. Now, at this moment, the Fool, okay. Because of where things are, because you're at this point, so readings are tricky. I'm reading the energy where it stands now. You have the ability to shift it. Okay. Once you shift it, this reading is null and void. But I'm reading the energy where it is now. You are unaware of the fact that you're headed for an old energy situation, a situation where you're going to feel not so great. This Five of Pentacles talks all about loss, all about sadness, not having enough. And it's concentrated more on the physical level, the tangible world, but it's also an emotional card. So because there hasn't been that true sifting through, taking stock of your inner life, taking stock of everything that's in your world right now, because there's not clear discernment between what needs to stay and what needs to go, you're headed for the old. You may think you're on a new path, but you're headed for the old. And you're headed to that place of feeling lost, like you don't have enough. Something will feel taken from you. You'll be engaged in something that instead of it being about growth, it's about the opposite of growth. I want to say it's stagnation. Let me get a clearer read on exactly what they're talking about for this Five of Pentacles for you. They're saying same old, same old. So when you don't feel good about your life, when you don't feel good about what's in it, when you feel that there's some things to complain about, you're headed for that situation again. But what's interesting is there's a new beginning to your back. There's a new beginning available to you. A new positive start that's connected to your light, that's connected to the higher self, to the soul. So it's connected to a more joyful existence. It's a new opportunity. And interesting because this card has connotations of rebirth. This card number 20 is literally called rebirth in this deck, and I'm sorry it's backwards. There's an opportunity for a new start, a new rebirth, a positive, joy-filled way forward. But because there hasn't been the sorting out yet, there hasn't been the releasing of things that need to go, you're not headed that direction. And what's worse is that there's an unawareness about that direction. You don't even know that you're headed there. It's subconscious, it's unconscious, I should say. So the way to get around this is we go back to the beginning. Take an honest look at what needs to stay and what needs to go. Are you holding on for the right reason? Are you holding on because something is still growing and hasn't reached the end? Or are you holding on because you don't want to let go? Because there's something, you don't want something new, because you'd rather have the old. Sort out that question. This energy will shift, and this is what will happen. Okay? In fact, this card will go away. The new beginning will be a new opportunity. Okay? And it will grow into something that is much more positive and much more joy-filled for you. Okay, questions about that, Cancer, please let me know. Thank you again for sharing your time and energy. I always love to hear your comments if you feel like leaving one. And I also just wanted to thank you for the opportunity to share this message with you. I love doing these videos on YouTube. And I also really love doing one-on-one readings. And happily, there's been a really awesome connection between the two where sometimes um, people who watch these videos have asked for one-on-one readings. So if you're wondering about that and you're looking for some extra guidance, please check out trueguidancetarot.com. You'll find out all sorts of information on how to book a one-on-one reading with me. And I will look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great week.